Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm AllisonAlanna. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button on your way in. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always tuning in. All right, so in this video, we're going to be talking about 10 things that I learned this year. Some of the things might be things that I've learned in previous years, but I feel like they hit me heavily this year. And so I want to talk about and include those things in this video as well. All right, so number one. Anyone, okay, anyone in all caps, anyone can switch up. I don't care if y'all knew each other since y'all was 15 months old, since y'all was in kindergarten, since y'all was in your mother's bellies. It doesn't matter. People switch up and can switch up, and one day they love you, the next day they hate you, the next day they being distant, the next day they being different. Anyone, and I do mean anyone, can switch up. So for me, it's like, don't even be surprised no more. Don't even put yourself in position to be surprised at anybody acting different, doing different, being different, switching up on you in a negative way. Don't be surprised, because anybody can switch up. Number two, people can hate you for no reason, okay? You know, I spend a lot of time on social media. I'm on all the platforms: Instagram, Twitter, which is now X, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I'm on all of them. And you know how you go through comments of like celebrities or whatever and see so much hate? People just hating on them. Dead strangers that don't know anything about them. Might just see them on social media platforms or on shows, or know their music or whatever they're into, and you can see them just being cursed out, called names, ridiculed, people talking about their kids, people wishing bad on them, people plotting against them. I mean, so much stuff. People can literally hate you for no reason. And I think there actually is a reason, but the reason is more so the fact that you have something that they want. You carry yourself how they wish they could carry themselves. You're brave, you're bold, and they wish they could have your that ability to be like you in that way. It's so many different reasons. You know, the list could go on that. However, people could literally hate you for no reason, but inside of them, there is a reason. They're just kind of like projecting or wishing that they had something that you had. No matter what that thing might be, it could be something really, really small. And not all of those things are necessarily something that can be obtained by money. It's just you. It's just your light. It's just your character. It's just your boldness. It's just your audacity. It's just the way you handle yours. You know what I mean? Like the way you rock, the way you carry yourself. People could really just dislike you for things like that. Number three, make yourself a priority no matter what. Okay, so even like right now, in my life, I know that things are not the greatest for me, but they're also not the worst. I know that things could be better, but like I said, they are definitely not the worst. And I am grateful for where I am, because I know that things are only going to get better at the right time. Okay, but in this process, I'm still going to take care of me. I've been trying to do my hair more. I got my nails and I got a pedicure. I just been trying to make sure that I look good so I can feel good, to the best of my ability. You know, a lot of times as a busy mother on the go, I don't have time to do all the things that I would want to do, or the energy sometimes to do all the things that I would want to do for myself. However, making myself a priority, even if it is just a trip to the nail salon, because it's easier to go out and get my services done than it is to stay home and do them, because then I'm gonna be distracted by my children, by the things that I have to do, you know, in my little space that I'm in, like whatever it might be. It's easier to take care of my my services outside. So whatever I got to do to make myself a priority, I'm going to do it. And I have been the type of person that used to put myself on the back burner. Sometimes I still struggle with doing that. Everybody else goes first and I leave myself at last, but I'm done with that. And I'm going to make myself a priority no matter what is going on, because at the end of the day, I matter. I have value and I deserve the best of the best. So whatever that looks like in that moment for me, I'm going to give it to myself. I'm not depriving myself of anything, of any good thing that I want and that I feel like I deserve, because it's my responsibility to make me happy and to take care of me. So I'm going to do that regardless of whatever's going on. Number 4, I need to build something big enough to sustain my children and my children's children. And I talked about this in one of my other videos, but yeah, I tried my best to look into the Bible and find out how I'm supposed to live my life, what I'm supposed to be doing on the earth while I'm here, and what I'm supposed to do for my children. Do I get everything right? Do I do every single thing all the time? No. But I definitely feel like leaving an inheritance for my children's children is a priority. It is the number one thing on my list. And I definitely feel like my kids deserve that. My grandkids deserve that. And that is it is very important to do. So I am trying my best to build something that I can leave beyond for them. And one of those things happened to be this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is monetized. And if I were not around, my kids could use the channel. They could create content on the channel. And I also would still be getting paid for videos that I've already created. So this is kind of like the first step, although I like to do more things like getting into real estate, opening other businesses that they can run and benefit from. But this is like the first step. This is like the first big thing that I've built that I don't have to be around for them to be able to use it. So yeah, definitely that's one of the things that I knew before, but it definitely just kind of hit me heavier this year in order to build, about building something to sustain my kids and my grandkids. Number 5, motherhood isn't what most people think it is. Okay. So motherhood is not the goo goo gaga, the cute little diapers, the clothes, and all the cute little stuff that goes on the first year. I think people kind of forget that these individuals have to grow up and become real people and real adults. And it is not just teaching them about being good kids. You're actually setting them up for the future. You're teaching them how to be good adults. You're teaching them how to be adults, period. And along the way, age appropriately, you introduce new things to them. Every year, something else new should be introduced to them, and they should be building themselves up to be adults that can stand on their own at the right time. And a lot of people do not do that, and their grown adult children end up still acting like little teeny kids, or just really unaware of how to conduct themselves with certain things. So it's really not what we think it is. And it's very difficult. It doesn't come with a handbook. You could be teaching your kids something and sometimes they're like rebelling and doing something else. It's a very hard thing, and I think you got to be like a really big fool to really sign up for this. Like, once you really see what it is, you got to be like a really big idiot to really sign up to want to do this on a day-to-day basis for 18 plus years. So yeah, it really is a huge responsibility, and you're responsible for building another adult and not scarring their childhood so bad to where they have issues and got to recuperate and recover from their childhood when they become adults. So yeah, it's a big one. It's probably the biggest and hardest thing that I've ever had to do, and I definitely have figured out that it's not what I thought it would be. Number 6. So I just put this piece of candy in my mouth, so excuse me if I'm talking funny. But classical music can calm your headaches down and even calm your kids down. I put this to the test even today. Like, I had a headache a few weeks ago, and I turned on some classical music, and I mean, it was the most soothing thing ever. It just, like, 20 minutes, my headache was gone. You would have thought I took a pill, but I didn't. It was just the sound. I don't know what it was, but it calmed me down, and I was straight with that. And then today, my kids screaming, crying, carrying on, doing their thing. And I turned it on, and then within like 40 seconds, everybody was just quiet. So something about that works for me and my children. You could probably try it for you too. Number 7, things don't always happen at the time that you plan for them to happen. All right, so I don't know how I always get caught up in the middle of some craziness, but it was just some people, somebody pulled a post. I'll just go over that in a different video. I want to just focus on what this is. So what was I saying? Things don't always happen at the time you plan for them to happen. So in terms of that, I mean like the things you plan for your life. So by now I would have thought that I would be married, I would have owned a home, I would be successful in my businesses, and just thriving in pretty much every area of life. Of course, something will be going on, because I mean, life is never unproblematic 100%, but I just thought that by now I would be 100% established, the way that I envisioned it, or the way the vision was given to me many years ago. So I planned things out, and things didn't always go the way that I thought they would go. Lots of distractions have always come in and interrupted that for me. Just a lot of things have prevented certain things from happening the way that I thought or wanted them to go. So yeah, right now I am still very much so writing my story. I'm still very much so building out my life. I'm still very much so working towards the bright and promising future that I want for me and for my children. So yeah, again, things just don't always go the way that you expect or want them to go. Sometimes they do, but there are times when they won't. Number 8, you have to pray against evil even when things are right. So a lot of times, you know, people will get into these phases where they going to church, they reading their Bible, they are going to the Bible studies, the prayer meetings, they all into God, right? And as soon as they get what they want, they kind of slow down on the praying and the stuff that they was doing. They kind of just took from God what they wanted and then went to living their life however, and kind of almost like subtracting him from it a little bit. And because things got good. So my thing is, I have learned that even when things are good, pray against evil, because the devil ain't never sleeping. He ain't never chilling. He ain't never stopping on his attacks and the awful things that he got planned for the people of God. You see, so even when things are good and it look like ain't nothing wrong going on or whatever, keep God first. Keep God first. Be praying. Be praying against things that you may not even know are around you. Just constantly be asking for protection, because evil don't stop. And it's when you think that you're good and in a good space that it comes to attack. So I have learned that even when things look amazing, pray against evil. And when things are bad, pray against evil and pray for whatever else you need in your life as well. Number 9. The thoughts and things you say really do matter. People talk about manifesting and things like that, but I think it's just like speaking it into existence. Just like how, we read our Bibles, we see that God said, let there be, and then there was, right? So I feel like if you say negative things about yourself or about other people or whatever the case might be, you're kind of speaking that into existence, right? And that matters, especially when you're talking to your children, about your children. You just want to kind of be speaking the best things and the most positive things of yourself, your children, your family, things like that. I know sometimes as moms in the heat of the moment, or we're upset about something and they're not listening and we feel like we can't get through, we might just go off and say crazy things or whatever the case might be. But that's something that I'm really trying to keep at the forefront of my mind. Even in anger, watch what I say. Even in times of frustration, watch what I say, because those things really matter. The things that you think about really do matter. Your thoughts got to kind of be clean, you know what I mean? Or focus really on what it is you want, not what is going on per se. Like really just focus on the life and the things that you want, and speaking the proper things that you need to speak in regards to that. It's hard sometimes when you in your little feelings and your emotions are going or whatever, and you just like, oh, this and this and that or whatever. But again, I'm learning more and more The things you say really do matter. So even in bad times, speak positively. Like how the Bible says, call things that are not as though they are. It might sound like you lying to yourself, but it's you speaking those things into existence. So yeah, what you say really does matter. And lastly is number 10, okay? People are conditioned to live a specific way, and anyone doing anything different is viewed as a threat. All right, so a lot of times, man, people will like I said, just be conditioned to thinking and doing a certain thing, and anybody doing anything different is a threat, or they're deemed as, oh, you think you're better than me because you do this, or you think you're better than me because you do that. I'll never forget one time I was talking to she's kind of like a family member, but more like on my kids' side. And I was talking to her one day, and I don't remember what we was really talking about per se. We got on the part of me telling her that I do drink, but occasionally I'm really a light drinker for the most part, and I do not smoke or do any type of, recreation or drugs and things like that. So she was just like, be careful telling people like stuff like that, because they're going to think that you think you're better than them. And I was like, nah, it don't have nothing to do with who's better than who or anything. That's just me being me. See, I can't be conformed. I can't be forced or influenced. I'm just not that girl, so just because the 5 people I'm around are doing that, I'm the one that's gonna always do what I want to do. So other things might rub off on you. Like if they're doing positive things, those good things will always rub off on me. But if it's something that I know is negative, and I know that's just not who I am, there is nothing you can do. It don't matter how many times you do it around me. There's nothing you can do to get me to move on that, because I'm me. I'm gonna always be me, and I'm gonna always do what I want to do. So it's like it's sometimes when you trying to do something different than the norm, like say for instance starting a business, but people are conditioned to go to work every day, and they see that your business isn't going really that well for the time being, and the first thing they start talking you into is to going to get a job, telling you that you're not going to be able to make it, this business isn't going to work for you, it's not going to get you anywhere, just get a job. Like, it's just because of what they are used to. But if you know the vision that God gave you, and you go and you follow what an individual say, you didn't want that vision anyway, because whatever comes to your mind and is in your heart for you to do, it's supposed to come out of your body. It's supposed to come and become something physical. And if you let other people talk you out of your dream, out of your vision that God gave you, and out of your goals, that's already showing that you're not even solid enough to go into what you're trying to go into. So I know that when you are the type that's just the opposite, where no matter what people say to you, you're going to do what you want to do anyway, because you have your mind focused and you know what God gave you to do, it becomes intimidating to some people. It makes them feel less than, like, who does she think she is, or who do he think he is? Why they feel like they could have a business, and why they feel like they could do this, or why they feel like they can have such and such, or they ain't got to go to work, why they get to run a YouTube channel, or why they get to be on another platform getting money, and I got to go to work. Why is it working for them but not working for me? Who they think they are. Like, a lot of people think like that. They're very negative in their thoughts. They're very fearful in their thoughts, thinking that another person's success is an indication of their failure. The things that they probably could have been doing, the things that they've probably always wanted to do but just never had the balls to do. So a lot of times they become very intimidated, and they become very threatened by you. This is why, like I talked about earlier, the celebrities, that some of them don't even want to engage with their fans, because people are so wishy-washy and so negative. Today they love you, tomorrow they hate you. And you might be thinking that y'all are cool and got a little friendship or something going on that could possibly come from out of the virtual world into reality, but this person is over on this side saying one thing to you, and then on another side talking about you dirty. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's a crazy space to be in. But like I said, the people will find you to be a threat if you're different, if you're doing something that they want to do, if you're doing something that they deem to be bigger than anything that they've ever done. They will definitely look at you like a threat. Sometimes jealousy will follow that, anger. You know, people just do really weird and crazy things. So yeah, that was number 10, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Also, beside the subscribe button, you'll see the join button. The join button will take you to my membership portal, where you'll see all of my exclusive, fun, flirty, and informative videos that are just for my members and members only. So go ahead and check that out. Get yourself a membership. Videos are coming, more videos are coming in that portal soon. Look out for those. And this video was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see y'all in the next one.